Picture this. You're sitting in front of a screen, or crammed into a stadium with 80,000 strangers. A player you have never met, wearing a jersey you bought 3 weeks ago, sprints toward the goal. The ball leaves his boot. It curves, it dips, it hits the back of the net, and something inside you breaks open. Your throat tightens, your eyes fill. You're screaming at the top of your lungs, and you do not know why. You do not know this man. He will never know your name. But in this moment, you are weeping. For a stranger. Over a sport. The real reason why is far stranger than you think. Your brain is doing something ancient right now. Something your ancestors relied on for survival. Something that evolution never updated, because it never needed to. The same neural machinery that kept tribes alive on the savannah 60,000 years ago is the same machinery firing in your chest when Mbappe scores in the 90th minute. For most of human history, you did not live in a city. You lived in a group of roughly 150 people. That was your entire world. Evolutionary anthropologist Robin Dunbar calculated this number in the 1990s, and it has held up across every form of human social organization ever studied. 150. That is the number your brain was built to handle. In that group, your survival depended entirely on belonging. Exile was not embarrassing. Exile was death. You could not hunt alone. You could not defend yourself alone. The group was not a luxury. The group was everything. So your brain evolved to track belonging with extraordinary precision. It wired those systems directly into your emotional core because emotion is faster than thought. By the time you consciously realize you belong somewhere, your limbic system knew it long before. Here is where football enters the picture. And here is where it gets genuinely strange. Your brain cannot tell the difference between a real tribe and a symbolic one. Your brain, the most complex object in the known universe, the organ that built the pyramids and split the atom, cannot distinguish between a group that will actually protect you and a group that merely wears the same colors. In 2009, psychologist Wolf-Uwe Meyer published research showing that people do not just feel happy when their team wins. They feel pride. Personal pride. Your body releases testosterone when your team scores. Your cortisol drops when the match ends in victory. These are not the chemical signatures of a spectator. These are the chemical signatures of a warrior who has just survived a battle. You did not run a single meter on that pitch, but your body does not know that. Psychologist Robert Cialdini called this burgeoning, basking in reflected glory. In a now famous series of studies, he found that college students wore school merchandise far more on Mondays after a win. After a win, they said, "We won." After a loss, they said, "They lost." The pronoun shifted with the scoreline. The identity expanded and contracted based on the result. This is not weakness. This is your brain doing exactly what it was designed to do. But something even deeper happens when the goal goes in and the tears come. It is the feeling of collective joy. The most powerful emotional experiences in human history were never private. Birth, death, the kill after a long hunt. These were communal eruptions of feeling. You experienced them in a body, surrounded by other bodies, all pulsing with the same electric charge. When the goal goes in and 80,000 people erupt at the same instant, your ancient brain is not watching a sport. It thinks the tribe just survived a hunt. It thinks you are all, for one single perfect moment, completely and totally alive together. That is why you cry. It is not sadness. It is the body's response to an overwhelming amount of belonging, arriving all at once. So the next time you feel ridiculous for weeping over a goal scored by a man you will never meet, remember this. Your brain has no idea you're watching a sport. It thinks those 11 men are your brothers. It thinks the stadium is your home. And in the deepest sense, the sense that matters to every cell in your body, it is not wrong. That feeling is 60,000 years old. And it is the most human thing you will ever feel, even if the tribe was wearing a kit you bought 3 weeks ago.